would describe Two Sentence Horror Stories as an episodic psychological horror anthology series. What inspired me to create Two Sentence Horror Stories, first and foremost, was my love of psychological horror and a desire to be able to explore issues that were important to me and put characters that I don't typically see on screen in this genre that I love so much. And again, it's also sort of cohered by this two-sentence horror story.
Something that kind of emerged as an internet phenomenon a couple of years ago. These whole stories told in two sentences.
Which is the setup in the first sentence and the subversion in the second.
As opposed to just gore or someone chasing you with a knife. It's a little trickier and it eases you and almost seduces you into the horror.
It's a version of horror that we definitely gravitate towards. More active, in the moment, immediacy.
One of the things that horror is great at is empathy.
Feels like I have something inside of me.
As a viewer, you're very quickly and intimately attached to another character.
The really unique thing about the genre is a place where we can exercise our fear of mortality.
It strives to be both an homage to all the things that we love about horror in its best form, and ideally does something a little bit fresh with the approach that we take to the issues we're covering and the characters that we're centralizing, and characters that I'm more used to sort of seeing in my life that maybe I don't see as much on screen.
The main characters in each of them are not white, and I like that a lot because I think that especially in horror, it's typically the ones who are not white who end up dead first.
We like that it had a Mexican woman as a protagonist. We felt like we could bring something authentic and layered to that material specifically.
There's sort of a dangerous sense of it's every man for himself or herself.
Most women who watch this will immediately go, oh.
We can also contact the police on your behalf. Did he wear a condom? Did he take pictures?
I wanted to lean into the diversity of voices and take advantage of that. Action.
It's been incredibly exciting to work with such diversity, seeing everyone shine, also behind the camera.
The series aspires to be something that makes people think, or at least some folks either feel seen and reflected in a way that they perhaps haven't been before, and they understand that telling stories is not just for entertainment, it's also a conversation that we have together between storyteller and audience. Cut. But at the same time, the through line of all of them, there's characters that we care about in three-dimensional portrayals, moving through a series of real fear.
So there's psychological fear, and there's actual emotional fear.
These fears are real, and they exist within us.
And they create a lot of discomfort. So A, they're the worst thing ever, and B, they'll never ever go away unless you flip the entire system on its head.
I just want to be a parent, I just want to be a good father.
You're gonna be a great father.
I think if a lot of people start noticing the commonalities and start ignoring what they consider differences, I think the world will be a better place.
That we're in a very tumultuous time politically and socially, and I think people want to see art reflect the life they're living.